Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. I'm Cassie Cho, and it's time for Easy News on ICRT. In local news, Premier Jiang Yihua says his party hopes an item-by-item review of the Cross-Strait Services Trade Pact will be handled at a floor session of the legislature. Jiang says he has heard no talk from President Ma Ying-jeou about sending the pact back to the legislature's committees. He denied that the deadlock was of constitutional proportions and insisted it can be resolved if disputing parties are willing to sit down and talk it out and if protest activities cool down. A total of 174 people, including 119 police officers, were injured as thousands of law enforcement personnel removed at least several hundred protesters from the executive yuan early yesterday. These numbers came from the National Police Agency late yesterday. Protesters opposed to the Trade and Services Agreement with China broke into the main building of the Executive Yuan compound Sunday evening, breaking doors and windows and occupying several offices and a mechanical room. The operation to remove them from the nation's top governing body's offices began sometime after midnight yesterday. Despite resistance from the protesters, police managed to clear the compound by 5 a.m. And the U.S. yesterday expressed support for Taiwan's democracy and hoped that debate over the Cross-Strait Service Trade Pact can be conducted in a peaceful and civil way. State Department spokesperson Marie Harf also reiterated U.S. endorsement of the efforts on both sides of the Taiwan Strait to improve their relations. She did not comment further on the dispute in Taiwan over the agreement, saying only the matter is for Taiwan to decide. Harf made the comments when answering a reporter's questions on the ongoing demonstrations in Taiwan at a daily press briefing. Turning now to international news, Malaysian officials on Monday said an analysis of satellite data point to the conclusion that flight MH370 met its end in the southern reaches of the Indian Ocean and none of those aboard survived. Prime Minister Najib Razak said an analysis showed that the missing plane, which took off from Kuala Lumpur for Beijing on March 8th, veered to a remote location far from any possible landing sites. In a separate message sent to the relatives of those on board, Malaysian Airlines officials said they have to assume beyond any reasonable doubt that MH370 has been lost and that none of those on board survived. Elsewhere, President Obama and other world leaders have effectively suspended Russia from the annual G8 economic summits in response to the annexation of Crimea. And Chinese President Xi Jinping is slated to arrive in France later today on the latest leg of his European tour. Ollie Barrett reports Xi is expected to be asked to exert pressure on Russia over Ukraine, but his trip also has a strong economic flavor. Now, taking a look at the weather across the island for the rest of the day. According to the Central Weather Bureau, we can expect partly cloudy skies in the north with a high of 28 in Taipei, and mostly clear skies in the center and south with a high of 27 in Taichung and 28 in Kaohsiung. Current temperatures are 24 in Taipei, 24 in Taichung, and 25 in Kaohsiung. That's it for Easy News today. Remember, you can download a transcript of this broadcast along with Chinese explanations on our website, www.icrt.com.tw. Just look for Easy News. Enjoy the rest of your morning. I'm Cassie Cho.